is really to be applied to these kinds of problems. So as you all know, epilepsy is a disorder of the brain in which an electrical storm brings down a human being to their knees. And it's very scary, it can be fatal, and it's a problem that existed for a long time. One of the best things that technology can do is provide early warnings of when a seizure is about to happen, because that can provide medication to that person at the right time that allows them to see through that problem without affecting the quality of their life overall. Very intelligent people are often afflicted with this disorder, and something ought to be done about it. Now, we are not medical professionals, nor are we experts at analyzing data about the brain. And so we wanted to do something innovative to help solve this problem. So what innovation meant to us was very different from how it has been applied in the past. To us, it means bringing a high school student with data from the brain and the Falkonry technology. So please welcome Ayush Jain, who actually applied Falkonry to create an early warning system for brain seizures. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, could I have your attention for a few minutes? So when Dickens first introduced this problem to me, I thought he was crazy. There was no way I could do it. However, 2 weeks later I realized I was wrong. So here, what we have here is the EEG data for an epilepsy patient. And as you can see here, where is the early warning sign of a seizure? Clearly, it's not too easy to tell just by looking at the data. So with Falkonry, we can analyze this data, and we can actually have the technology identify patterns within the data. So as you can see up on the screen, there's clearly a difference between the beginning of these segments and the end of these segments. So once we have Falkonry analyze and determine the patterns within this data, we can actually label these segments with our own conditions. So here I've labeled the data with the beginning of the data with the normal condition, and I've labeled the end of the data with the early warning condition of the seizure. So once we finish labeling the data, we can actually have Falkonry learn the difference between these two conditions, and Falkonry is soon able to automatically identify the difference between a normal condition and an early warning for a seizure. So 2 weeks ago, when I just first started working on this problem, I had no idea that I would be able to do it. But now that I've realized how powerful Falkonry is, I'm super confident that I can work on much harder problems than this. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayush. And actually, the reason this matters is because the new generation is very savvy with data, but that still doesn't mean they